What's good, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're a new subscriber or watching me for the first time, I am Tino and welcome. Now, I've been getting questions about how a person can move from wherever they are to the UK and start a career as an engineer in the UK. Now, I thought of giving all that information in one video. Then I thought again it could be a lot of information to consume in one video and it might become so overwhelming to the point where you just don't do it. So I thought of starting the 6-part or maybe 8-part series where I talk about how a person can move from their country to the UK to start a career as an engineer. Now, this series is going to cover everything from landing your job to adjusting to the work culture in the UK. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, then continue watching the series. Now, today I'm going to start on the first part of the series, which will be talking about your qualifications. If you have a degree or any engineering qualification from your country of issue, by country of issue I mean you might be Zimbabwean but you learned or studied in South Africa, so South Africa will be the country that issued you your degree. So whatever degree you have from your country of issue, it has to be recognized and accredited in the UK. Now that we've established that you attained your educational qualifications outside of the UK, you will need to have a certain form of certificate of comparability from the UK. This is to show how your qualifications from your country of issue compare against UK standards. Now, the Engineering Council in the UK is in charge of doing this, along with ACTIS, which was previously known as UKNARIC. I will give the links of these websites in the description, and then you can just go and see what I'm talking about. You don't need anybody doing this for you. You can do it for yourself. And the sooner you start and you know what you need, what you're lacking, the better. So when you go on these websites, ACTIS or the Engineering Council, you will need to provide your qualifications, your educational qualifications, be it your degree, your master's, your PhD, your technical certificates, your diploma, whatever it is that you hold, just provide it, and then they will compare it against the UK standard and see how you match on that criteria. You might be required to provide your course details, your transcripts, so that they can also see how you match, like I said before. And then after they've done this, they will give you what is called a certificate of comparability, which will show how or where you stand engineering wise, from your country to the UK. Now, the second thing that I would suggest you get if you don't have it already is a professional membership. It's not mandatory, but I just believe it's something that is essential to have, because most employers in the UK would choose a person who has a professional membership over somebody who doesn't have. And it also gives you a better leverage when it comes to salary negotiations if you have a professional membership, unlike somebody who doesn't have one. You could be a chartered engineer or an incorporated engineer or an engineering tag, depending on the field of engineering you're in and depending on your skills, experience, and educational qualifications. Now, if you are just starting your career straight out of college, you might not need to do this because you don't have enough to boost you to be able to be on that map, but you can work your way towards it. And then for those people who have more experience, and you could have experience and no educational qualification, you can still use your experience to gain chartership status. So you just send through your qualifications, your proof of experience, and then they will tell you where you land on that whole map, be it as a chartered engineer or incorporated engineer or an engineering tech, whatever it is. So now, like I said, it's not mandatory, but I would suggest you get that. So I'll just also leave a list of institutions that offer this professional membership or professional registration down below, and then you can just go look at it, see what you lack, see what you have, see where you stand, and see if you can get it done The sooner you get it done, the better. And that way you can be sure you're already starting your process in getting or starting your career as an engineer in the UK. So that's it for today and for this episode. Make sure your qualifications are accredited and recognized in the UK. And in the next episode, we're going to be talking about navigating the job market and how to network in the UK job market. So if you're looking to kickstart your career as an engineering professional in the UK, stay tuned.